Morning, everyone. Welcome to Shift Now for January 27th to January 29th, 2023. For those of you who are just joining in, my name is Arlene Grace, and welcome. So I'm going to invite you to be open, to allow yourself to be discerning of what is true for you, to know that you are an integral part of this journey, that you are an integral part of this container, that your curiosity, your polarity adds to this space. As you're joining into the call, I invite you to say hello, good morning, welcome. And let's begin by just speaking to the energy of January. We're coming up to the end of January, and so January has been a fast-moving energy. You know, we're already on January 27th, and it feels as though the time and the space for January has been long, for some of us treacherous, and at the same time, it's been quick because there's this quickening that's happening for us. And January is this energy of the 8. And the energy of the 8 is really inviting you to be your own authority, to be your leader, to be the author of your life. It's letting go of victimhood. It's noticing where you are chasing, where you are pushing, where you are moving in the direction of your dreams, but you are in control of it. It's noticing where you are having power over. It's really inviting you to pay attention to the drama in your life. And sometimes the drama that we have in our life is the drama that we have with ourselves in our own mind. I know that in this journey of discovering myself, discovering who I am, I for certain played in the energy of drama with myself, where there was a part of me that played the victim, a part of me that played the protagonist or the bully, and I would bully myself to do the things that I felt I needed to do, rather than coming into center and choosing peace and coming into the awareness of who I am and what it is that I want to experience. Right? Good morning, Lori. And so I did that with my body. I did that with my business. I did that in my relationships. And so this energy is inviting you to pay attention. Are you the authority in your own life? Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. And so in this invitation to being the authority in your life, in the energy of the 8, we also have these themes that have been playing out. And so I'm going to invite you to just notice the month of January. The month of January was inviting you to let go of the plan, of being flexible and movable, and noticing that the world is going to whirl around you, and things that you chose maybe a couple months ago may not be coming into fruition because something in the world has changed, right? The world in itself is in transition. Secrets are rising up. There are things that are coming up in the news, or things that people are sharing with you. And again, with the 8, it's this, I'm not chasing information. I'm not going down the rabbit hole unless I'm inspired, unless I want to. And I'm not chasing what's happening in the world so that I can stay in control of it. I'm allowing myself to be here now, present, and I'm allowing myself to receive feedback, because I trust that I will receive the information that I require in order for me to know where I'm pivoting, right? And so I shared a little bit when I was live last about what happened with the retreat, right? We started to receive feedback. Mexico isn't the place where it's going to be. Let go of the retreat itself. And so we did. We let go of the retreat itself. And there was this knowing, it's not happening. It's not happening. And in that not happening, there was a 12-hour gap of, oh, something else arose, and we had the retreat somewhere else. So the retreat shifted by a week, and everything just fell together. It was quite amazing. And so it's noticing in your own life where things that were decided a couple months ago are now starting to move in the direction. It's starting to come into fruition, but you're noticing that something has changed. The energy of the 8 is asking you, well, are you chasing it? Are you forcing it? Are you trying to control it? Or are you receiving the feedback that's happening in your life to allow for you to know, oh, hold on, I might not necessarily want this in this way anymore. And so I'm willing to pivot. Or I really, really, really want to have this in my business. I really want to express this in my business. This is a part of my expression. And I'm going to express myself because I'm going in this way. I'm going to pivot myself in this direction. And I'm going to bring all of these tools with me, but I'm letting go of the label. I'm letting go of who I think I am. And so it brings us into this energy of the King of Clubs today, right? And so I love that, Allison. You're totally feeling the transitions. And sometimes it's hard to trust as we let go, the attachment to what we want to control, right? And just receive it. Yes, absolutely. And so we're in this energy of 8. Today's day is 8. And so we have an amplification of this energy that has been with us for the entire month and will continue to be with us until Tuesday, right? This energy of, am I the creator of my experience? Am I the writer of my own story? Am I letting go of the past? Am I present here now in this moment? Now we've got the King of Clubs, and I love this King of Clubs energy because one, if you paid attention to the energy of yesterday, which was the Ace of Diamonds, you came to know the truth of your own value just for you. You came to know the value of how you are experiencing the material world around you. And so now you're being invited to up-level that, to go in the direction of that. You're being inspired. And the King of Clubs energy is, he is the authority of his own life. Yes. And so he is discerning to the information that is around him. More than likely, he will not take the information from someone who has never gone to war. More than likely, he is never going to take advice from someone who has never done the thing. He will not take information for someone that doesn't know the land. And at the same time, he's discerning of the information that comes forth from him, from those who have done the things, because I can see in this group here that many of us are healers, teachers, mentors, business owners. And so many of us may have chased the dream of others where, we tried to have 100K months or 100K years, or we tried to build the funnel because one person knew how to do it. And so the King of Clubs is like, okay, take in the information, but discern, is this actually you? Because the King of Clubs knows who he is. He doesn't see himself as a king. He doesn't put that as his own label. And so I invite you to ask yourself the question, who am I? Who am I? Because the moment you put mom, the moment you put business owner, the moment you put woman, you start to add in all of these other programs that are attached to it. Because to be a mom, I must be this way, this way, this way. To be a business owner, I must fit in all of these other puzzle pieces in order to be the successful business owner. In order to be a woman, I must act in a certain fashion. I must be coy. I must be pretty. I must have my body shape. I must be this, this, this. And so if you were to pull back and identify who you are, and to play with that question, who am I and how do I identify myself? Because all of those labels are identifications of, yes, your physical body, identifications of your gender, right? Identifications of parts of your personality, but they are not you. You are not your body. You are not your label. You are not your masks. You are not the hats that you put on. You are not even the crown that goes on top of your head as king, right? You are the spaces in between the cells of this body. You are an energy that flows through this body, that is more than this body, that goes beyond this body. You are a part of the energy of Source. You are Source. And so you're more than what you can see. And so if you are more than what you can see, can you let go of the ideas of how you are meant to be and what people are telling you you are supposed to be? Can you let go of just the programming, the collective programming, what society tells you, just like this? Because it's possible. And it's possible when you can come into access of who you are, of this essence, this divine essence that's flowing through you. Because the king knows. The king is discerning. The king listens to his intuition. The king trusts his intuition, and he trusts that as he leads, others will lead with him because he trusts his own community. And so in this discerning within his own community, he trusts his intuition to know, oh, this isn't a guy that I want to be with. This isn't a guy that I want to have part of my tribe. And I'm not necessarily going to not like him or I'm going to push him away. I'm going to let my energy do that for me. I'm not going to express that I don't like you, that you are not the guy, that you are not valuable, that you are not the things. I'm just going to allow my energy to do that for me. And I'm not going to let the story of what he did or did not do dictate why I don't like him. I'm simply feeling the aversion of it. And so this energy is going to pull into tomorrow's energy as well, right? Just so you know, with the Queen of Clubs. And so today, there's this energy, there's this opportunity to play with the idea that I am going to be in freedom as I engage with my life. I choose to live my life. I didn't come here to be like everyone else. I didn't come here to do what someone told me to do. I choose the freedom to engage and not be connected to the outcome, right? Not to be connected to the outcome of how things are going to look. Again, I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust and I'm going to surrender into life itself. And so playing with this idea of the freedom to engage versus outcomes is asking yourself the question at the end of the day, did I take the risk? Did I leap? Did I learn? Did I try? Did I feel? Did I express myself clearly? Did I engage with full-on presence? Presence. Because the king is present. The king is here in the now. And he's engaging with life in such a way that he's feeling his intuition. He is feeling those around him. He is feeling his family unit. And he's not judging the feedback. He's simply aware of it. He's paying attention. Yeah, I love that, Lori. Trust and freedom and action are some of the words for you this year. I love that. That's amazing. And so today's energies, Friday is a Saturn energy. And so Saturn it's about accountability. It's about acceleration. It is, if you didn't do the things on Wednesday, you might feel it today. If you didn't have the conversations, if you didn't do the forgiveness, if you didn't do what was inspired of you, you have an opportunity today to course correct. And so just noticing what's happening in your life today as you have been engaging into a deepening of your value, a deepening of who you are, a deepening into what it is that you want to experience in your life. If you didn't do the things, just notice, because today is the day that you can take the inspired action. Today is the day that you will feel it, right? Today I call it, like I used to call it the 2x4 method for myself. In my life, I didn't do the things until I hit the thing, right? Until I started to feel the experience of unwell in my body, until I started to, see, we'll use an X, I will see others, engaging outside of the commitment that we had, until I didn't see. But the king doesn't do that. The king already knows, and he doesn't judge. He's just in awareness, and he pivots. Now we move into Saturday. And so Saturday's energy is Uranus. And so Uranus is, we're coming into integration. This is a time when we're starting to transform all of the things that we learned this week and beyond, right? All of these things are now coming into integration. Your cells are shifting, you are changing, and you are coming into awareness of new things, of epiphanies, of ideas. It's this energy that is allowing for you to continue in your breakthrough, to continue to deepen your own trust. And you're starting to see how the world is reflecting back your change. And from that reflection back, from that feedback of the change that you are feeling, that you are inspiring within your own life, you get to decide whether or not you like it, right? It's like going away on a retreat and having an extraordinary changed experience where you come back different, and now engaging with your family and noticing, okay, well, my family hasn't changed, but I've certainly changed. How I respond to them has changed. How I perceive them has changed. How do I want to engage? How do I want to be in this? What is it that I need to communicate? And so we've got this energy of the 9. And this energy of the 9 is this letting go of past patterns that have held you in who you thought you were, because you're different. You're not the same person. And now we've got the Queen of Clubs. And so the Queen of Clubs is showing up in this interesting energy. It's this, are you over nurturing Are you over nurturing? Now I got to pull back again. Hold on. I got to pull back to the end of today, right? Because your key today is not only to ask yourself, who am I? But your key today is to nurture your spirit as much, if not more, than you nurture your body. What would it be like to nurture my spirit? What would it be like to just be tapped into the essence that flows through me all day? What would it feel like to be in full presence and awareness of this energy that is flowing through me, and to be in love? And so as you engage in this key, this is your key today, engaging in nurturing your own spirit, being, doing, acting on behalf of you in full presence, you'll start to see that the world around you will start to shift. Your own perception of self will start to shift. Your own perception of how you engage in life will start to shift. Now we continue on to Saturday. So Saturday is integration. Saturday, you're starting to feel the shift within your own body. There can be a transmutation that's happening. You can feel it in the body as a detoxing that's happening. And so it's an invitation for you to rest. And at the same time, the Queen of Clubs comes in and she's like, okay, how are you with nurturing yourself? And how are you with nurturing others? Are you over nurturing others? And so noticing where you may be doing that. And so funny, as I was tuning in to the Queen of Clubs, it took me back to my marriage, right? Where I was over nurturing so much that I became his mom. I was doing the things for him. And it's not just with my ex. This was my pattern to over nurture. I would become the alarm clock. I would, become the meal maker, only the meal maker. I would become the cleaner. I would be the buyer of the clothes. I would be the washer of the clothes. I would do all of the things so that the passion in my life now just dissipated. The passion in the relationship, gone. The attraction, no so much. And that was because I had over nurtured to the point where I had now started to see myself as their mom, which did not add to any sort of spiciness in our relationship, which now created a falling away within our relationship, right? Until I started to see the pattern. And so you're being invited on Saturday to notice, where am I over nurturing others? And underneath all of this over nurturing, what is it that you're looking for? What is it that you need? What is it that you aren't nurturing to yourself? Are you doing all of these things because you want love, to be validated, to be the leader in your business, or to be the leader in your career? Are you doing all of these things where you're over nurturing and working too hard? Working too hard, not allowing yourself to receive. Because the Queen of Clubs knows how to receive. She is willing and able and allowing for her man, the King of Clubs, to be in his divine masculine. She is willing to allow for him to lead. Now, his job is not to tell her what to do as a leader. His job is to support her in her endeavors. His job is to love her as she moves forward on her own path. His job is to notice what's in the way and to express that to her so that she can see. Right. And so there's this invitation today on Saturday to be in that energy of, where am I not allowing myself to allow in the masculine energy, to allow myself to receive, where I'm over nurturing someone so much that that's become the practice in my relationship with them, or relationship with your business partner per se, relationship with your business, with your money, with your children, where you have over nurtured so much and you have taken the lead in such a way that you are not willing to receive. Many of us who are moms may see this experience as, you're doing the dishes, you're teaching your children, your young children, how to do the dishes. And because they're not doing it right, you're like, forget it, stop it. You take over, you do it for yourself. Same thing happens with the husband, right? Or with your partner. They're not doing the laundry right. And so because they're not doing the laundry your way, you take it over. Are you willing to receive? Are you willing to receive the nurturance? Because your key today, as you act on behalf of your value, as you act on behalf of this energy that's flowing through, As you act on behalf of the well-being that you have within your body, there is no sacrifice. That's your key. Your key today is to notice where you are sacrificing yourself, where you are in resentment, where you are in a thinking pattern, right? Because sometimes this can show up as a simple thinking pattern. Have you ever had a husband or a boyfriend or even a child or someone in your life walk by and you're telling yourself a story before they even do anything? Because you're holding the energy of resentment, or you're sharing a story with yourself where you're in the past and you're like, oh my God, they didn't do it that way. They didn't do it that way. They didn't do the thing. They didn't take care of me. They weren't loyal. They didn't, whatever those stories are. Because on Saturday, there's an opportunity to just let them go. The 9 is inspiring you to take your life higher, to be the author in your own life. And to be the author in your own life, you got to tear up those old pages and burn them. Because we're done with that. And we're inviting in the space energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, to continue to move forward anew. And so what if that was possible for you today? Oh, I love that, Jenny. This is coming up for me. Beautiful, right? And so are you willing to receive? And I can feel some of you, like there's this interesting, it's a sacrifice to receive. What does that mean? Is it a sacrifice to receive? And what does that mean for you? What are you sacrificing for yourself? I can feel like there's a little bit of a distortion in some of your backs right now, right? And so can you allow yourself to receive? It's not a sacrifice to receive, right? It has been conditioned upon us that it would be a sacrifice to receive and that we cannot receive until we're at an old age and we've now got our children doing our bidding. It's a bit of a distortion. And so we can release that. And so then we move into Sunday. Sunday is another integration day. It's another day of transformation. It's one where you are able to see your own codependence. It's an energy where you can see your own attachments. Now, many of us prepare on Sundays for our week, right? Many of us sacrifice ourselves, sacrifice the time, sacrifice our own presence because we're busy doing the things, preparing for our business in the week. And your invitation is to stop that, to allow yourself, again, to be in integration, to allow yourself to do the things that you want to do. I see Shelly's here and it's like, yeah, I'm going to spend Sunday going up the mountain. I'm going to go take a hike. I'm going to go be present with my life, with the world, with the mountain, with the moose, with the things. I'm going to go and I'm going to allow myself the space where I can nurture myself in nature. And so there's an opportunity here to notice your own codependence, to notice where you are connected to others because there is an idea of your misplacement of value, where you're misplacing your value, where this plus this action, this behavior means that I'm valuable. This plus this action here means that I am loved. Here's the thing: value and love, invisible. Love is invisible. Love is an energy. There are actually no things, no tangible things in our life. Value, yes, money, but no tangible things in our life that equate to love. We've attributed it to behaviors, to actions, to other words like loyalty, to other things like, sacrifice, but it is invisible. And so if love is invisible, if love is this action that's flowing through, are you willing to let go of these patterns, these programs, these ideas of this plus this equals love? Because this is what you're going to notice on Sunday. And there's this opportunity to let go of how you think you're meant to be loved, to allow yourself to have more possibilities of what that means for you, what you can engage with in life, and what you can receive from others. Because the receiving that you are receiving from others is you coming back to you. It's your love coming back to you that is inspired through others. And so will you receive you back? Right? And so on Sunday, there's a new awareness. You may be noticing the places where you are codependent. You may be noticing places where you are attached to the outcomes in your life, in your business, in your relationships. And you're being invited with the Jack of Clubs to write a new story, to really land into the new story. Because in this energy together, this one, the Jack of Clubs and the Neptune, you're going to start to see through the illusions. You're going to start to see where you're telling yourself stories. You're going to start to see where you are creating stories in the past and where you have created them so much that you actually believe the stories. But if you're not that anymore, and you're willing to begin anew, then what are the stories that you can tell yourself? What are the things that you can create in your relationship, that you can express in your relationship? What do you want? And so Sunday, play with that question. What do I want? What do I want to engage with in my life? What do I want to experience in my life? What tools do I want to play with? Do I want to play with the tool of money? Because if I want to play with the tool of money, then I know that I'm going to harness my value. Do I want to play in a relationship? Then I know that I'm going to amp up the love that is within me, and I'm going to discern what is it that I need? What is it that supports me? What is it that nurtures me in relationship to me so that I can attract that in others? And so play on Sunday. Engage with life on Sunday. Do what is inspired of you. Let go of what you think you have to do in order to prepare you for life on Monday, because we don't know what's going to happen on Monday. Things might change on Monday. We've been noticing this entire month that things are changing. You've been invited to let go of the how, to let go of the plan, but to stay focused on what you want. To stay anchored into yourself, the essence of you, to be present, right? And so it feels like this extraordinary energy that begins today with the club's energy. I'm absolutely loving the club's energy, and it's paying attention, especially tomorrow. Paying attention with this Queen of Clubs energy of the gossip, of the places where you engage with life to create these stories or to continue on with these patterns. It's this, this place of, okay, this is just a story that's coming through of, okay, I'm in community with people, right? Right now we are in community with people. But if I don't enjoy this one person, if I'm feeling an aversion, right? I'm feeling an aversion, which means that I don't have to tell stories. I'm just feeling an aversion to one person in the group. It doesn't mean that I no longer engage with the group. It doesn't mean that this one person is the entire group. Everyone has their own expression. And in the aversion, I just know that I'm pivoting and I'm engaging over here. And so there's this letting go of, are you over nurturing your mind with stories from the past where I'm feeling the bully energy show up? I'm feeling the mean girl energy show up. I'm feeling the gossip energy show up on Saturday, where noticing where you are engaging in that energy. Am I engaging in the gossip? Am I engaging in the mean girl? Right? Because I'm looking here in this group, and all of us have that mean girl inside of us. And the number one person that we are ever going to be mean to is ourselves. And so that invitation tomorrow is to just notice, where am I being mean to myself? Where am I hurting myself? Where am I playing that bully? And am I willing to come back into loving this, more than likely loving this young girl that felt abandoned, or young girl that felt abused or separate? Am I willing just to love her back into me? Right? It is. Yeah. Saturdays, that stir the pot energy. All right. And so I am curious, what did this bring up for all of you? I'm loving this energy. I'm loving the King of Clubs today. The willingness to take the lead, the willingness to just be so present and to be discerning. Right? Yeah, Allison, definitely seeing and feeling the mean girl. Yes, absolutely. I think we've all done that. And I think that, like, it's interesting. I was listening to a podcast last night, and she was speaking to, what happens to girls? What happens to girls around where they start to really land into perfection? And her thing, her belief is that girls become mean at the age of 12 because they move into the perfection. And they move into the perfection because usually around the age of 12, that's when our bodies start to change. But our bodies start to change from a place where now everyone owns your body, because everyone's now talking about your body. Everyone's asking you the question, did you get your period? Did you not get your period? You're now comparing yourself to the other girls who did get their period, who didn't get the period, who's wearing a bra, who's not wearing a bra. And so your body no longer just becomes the center topic of everyone else. And so we start to play this role of, okay, well, as I now have all of these hormones that are flowing through me, I'm feeling a little bit not in my body. I'm feeling a little bit confused. I've got all of these emotions that are rising up. My body's changing. I've got hair everywhere. And now I've got my period. Like, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to engage with people when people are talking about me? Right? And so it's such an interesting energy, because even with boys, when boys are going through puberty, no one's talking about hair growing down in their area. No one's talking about, all of the things. They're being spoken to as, you got to be a big boy. You got to be strong. You can't cry. You got to, if you fall, get back up there, get back in there. And so they're going through a different kind of experience, but perfection isn't part of it. Right. And so it's interesting, the dynamics that we go through. All right. I love that. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, so Allison, you would love a card. Now, are you going to give me some sort of a theme to play with as we move forward? I'm just going to wait. I know there's a bit of a lag, but I'm willing to wait. Do you have a specific question? Samantha, I even told myself last night, why did you say that? It's like high school erupted. It felt prickly and not like me, and yet it was. Yeah, right? And so I'm kind of curious, like, were you actually observing yourself in that? Were you observing yourself? Because that's the difference. You weren't that. And you were observing a conversation that you would have had before. And so it's a beautiful opportunity to kind of laugh. Right? I usually laugh at myself when that happens, and I'm in observance of it, and I just kind of let it go. It's like, oh yeah, we're done with that. That's complete. Thank you. Thanks for showing me. Right? Okay. No specific question. Look at me dropping cards. All right. So since Allison has not been specific, let's see what's coming through. Oh, there you go. It's about myself and growth in all areas. I have noticed how I was so attached to an idea from past, present. Yeah, I can feel that. And I can feel there's some grief that's rising up with it. So we're just going to let the grief up. And there's hurt, and there's pain, and there's sorrow. And it almost feels like the way that I see you is like you're like this. And there's almost a little bit of shiny object syndrome, like, oh, I like that, and I could do that, and I see this, and I see this pathway, and I'm going to go this way, and then, oh, but look over there, there's this. And so we're just going to take a deep breath and come into the body. All is well. Like, all of the things that you have discovered, all of the things that you've learned, all of the tools that you have brought into your practice, all of the intuition that you have amplified. I feel like you've amplified your intuition so greatly, especially this year. Last 18 months is kind of how I feel. And like, all of that was not for nothing. All of this was part of the journey. And so it's, what do you want? Yeah. So what do you want? Like, I can't even hold the cards. Oh, so as you come into what you want, taking a deep breath, what I'm noticing in your life, and I'm feeling it in your body, is all of your life is wanting to come into one. It's wanting to merge. And so what you're noticing is is where you separated certain parts from your life. Like you separated your business, you separated, your love relationship, you separated your kids, you separated your, like how you are as a mom is separated. And so there's this falling away that's happening for you so that you can come into a deeper connection to what it is that you're wanting, but it's here. Like it is here. You are aware of it. You do have access to it. There's just a shifting and a changing and a moving that's happening in your physical life. And your mind, your eyes, your senses are noticing these things. And so it's creating a bit of confusion. And so you just trust what's happening around you, allowing the world to world, the family to family, the husband to husband, the business to business for just a moment. As it comes into integration, it's integrating with you. It's growing with you. And so as it starts to come into integration with you, you'll start to be able to it's almost like you're going to be sweeping away certain things to get them out of the way so that you can see with more clarity the direction of the path. Yeah. So in the result of allowing for things to come into integration and trusting that all of this is going to happen for you, there's going to be some sweeping up so that you can see what's more clear in and not available, that's not the right word, but what more is clear in the pathway and the direction that you're wanting to take. You'll start to actually feel the pull of spirit that's going to be like, okay, take this step. And oh, yeah, this is what you're doing next. And oh, this is where you're going. And oh, this is, so it's like this quick, like you'll channel 3 steps ahead is almost what I feel. You'll channel 3 steps ahead. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and this and this, and then you'll be done. And then you're going to be, oh, and I'm going to do this and this and this. And there's going to be pivots and turns and little like spinnies as you do it, but you're going to have fun with it. And so you are growing in all areas. The growth in all areas are wanting to come into one as you come into the wholeness of your being. So it all kind of makes sense to me. I hope that makes sense. Lori. All right. No specific question, just would love to know what I'm meant to know. Awesome. I can feel your excitement. You're like, ooh, what's coming up? And then I can feel part of you that's like, oh, fuck, what's coming up? Let's see. I feel like I can see with your eyes, you're looking at your life and you're assessing your life. So you're assessing your life, you're looking around your house, you're like, yeah, this is good. I like this. I like what I see. I like what's happening. I like how I'm engaging with life. Yeah, I'm pretty good. But when I feel into your abdomen, to your creative center, there's something more that's wanting to expand and wanting to grow. It's like it's still in the soil. The seed is in there and it's still in the soil, and you're being invited to nurture whatever that dream is. I feel like the mind kind of knows, but the mind is kind of wavering in it. And is this actually possible? Can I actually have this dream? Can I actually allow myself to have the things? Like, where's the money going to come from? Where's the time going to come from? And so we're going to pull back from that mind, and we're going to invite the mind down into the seed and to dream with the seed. Like, what is it that you're wanting to experience? Yeah, because you are the master of your life. And so I know that you were here at the beginning of the call. It's you are the authority, you are the creator. And so the mind has been paying attention to, as it's been assessing your life, you've been watching what others have done. You've been watching how other people have been either nurturing their lives, nurturing their business, what they've been doing in their business, how they've been in their love relationships, how, what they've been clearing, what they've been programmed to. You've been assessing all of these things, and you're being invited to go inward. Like the King of Spades is like, come in, forget that. That's their experience. They see it through the way they see it. They experience it through the way that they experience it. You will never truly know what and how and all of the things. And so come back into center, come back into you. You are the master of your life. You are the authority of your life. Allow yourself to germinate whatever is growing in within you, whatever you're feeling. I feel like you're being pulled by spirit to do something more. And as you nurture this seed, allow it to bloom. And when it does, it almost feels like there's going to be this popping and this awareness of, oh shit, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm excited for. This is what I want. This is what I want to become is not the right word, but I say become because this is the journey that I want to take, right? And so allowing yourself to cue, to really be present in the essence, to be in the energy of what it is that you're desiring so that you can nurture that. And be curious, what is it that I'm creating? Because then you're going to start to receive, once you come in, you're going to start to receive feedback from the world. And that feedback from the world is going to allow for you to better discern. But this Nine of Clubs is saying, okay, so this is a journey. You're being invited to take a journey. It's going to be an inward journey. And in this inward journey, you're going to be letting go of some patterns. You're going to be letting go of some ideas, some beliefs, some ways of being that will allow for you to have what it is that you want. So you're going to be walking through the divine timing cycle. You'll be walking through the, I'm not sure. I think you've done the brain game. I think you teach the brain game. I'm not too sure. But you know the divine timing cycle. You know that you're coming into the awareness, which is where you are now. You'll be moving through into the acceptance, into the commitment, into all of the spaces in order for you to come into fruition with it. But the first two steps are going to be a letting go of you can't have it, a letting go of the idea of letting go of people, whatever that is. So are you willing? Do you decide? Are you willing to take the journey? Hope that makes sense. All right. Hi, I want a card, please, about if I should move forward with a human rights complaint. Ooh, I've done that. I did that in the past. Interesting. I was actually just thinking about that a couple days ago. I guess the question is, what do you want? That's what's rising up from within you. What do you want? What is it that you want to experience? And what does this experience show? Is there proving energy underneath this? Or is this coming from a place of, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath. And just allow the emotions to rise up, because I feel emotions rising up. So we're just going to allow the emotions to rise up. Just breathe into the emotions as they release. Okay. I feel like you're coming into clarity. You're being initiated, so you know that the cards aren't going to tell you what to do. However, what the Jack of Spades is saying is that you are being initiated into a new journey, and it's going to be a spiritual journey. And so noticing what it is that you want to experience from the essence of you, and allowing that to inspire you into deciding. So it feels like you're in awareness, you have an awareness, and you have a choice. And so in that awareness, I feel like there's all of these things that are connected to it. I can see all of these threads, where you used to work, how you used to see yourself, what you used to do. There's like ownership energy here. There is loyalty here. There is betrayal. There is shame. There is misidentification. Like all of these things are connected to the essence that's wanting to just kind of be cut free. And in this cutting free, in letting go of that, you'll have better access to, okay, what's my next step? And so this is a journey that you are being inspired to take with the Jack of Spades. You are not the same person you were 3 years ago. You're not the same person you were as you left this place. In fact, you're changing every single day. I feel like you had a huge awareness just in the last couple of days. And so in this huge awareness came this new awareness, right? You moved through it. Unawareness. And so again, coming back within, allowing yourself to move through whatever these traumas, and I feel past life experience is connected to all of this, letting go of the past life experience. That's kind of, I feel like this past life experience that's coming in is connected to you being a warrior in the past. And so there's this warrior energy that's wanting to come into ease that's connected to this. And so maybe connecting with someone to just kind of play with this energy, to allow for the reprieve within the mind, within the body, and a release within the cells. And the result of this is coming into a deeper trust of your essence, deeper trust of what it is you're wanting to experience. It will allow for you to know the next step. it's like you're moving through an expansion. And so how I'm feeling it is this experience right here is allowing for you to expand out, to release, to come back into center, to, okay, woo, this is me. I got it. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. And so I hope that that serves. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, Jocelyn. I would love a card to help me to release self-judgment. So what I'm seeing is at 4 years old, and it's showing up as the 4 of clubs. At 4 years old, something happened where you started to be really mean to yourself. You were looking in the mirror and you're like, I don't know, you're being mean about your hair, which is really interesting. Like you're like, my hair is not the same as the other girl's hair, and I really want my hair to be done up, and it's not braided or something. Like it almost feels like, I'm laughing about it because it's just moving. Like your mom wasn't a good person to do your hair when you were little. Like your ponytails were topsy-turvy, or she didn't know how to braid, and so this is just wanting to go. And I could feel the eyes tearing as this moves, and eyes allow for a detox quickly within the body. So we're just allowing that to move. Yeah. So it's Ace of Clubs. And as I'm feeling, it's just, I'm going to invite you to just breathe in, because it feels like this 4-year-old girl, she's just integrating back into you, coming into full acceptance of you. And so there's this invitation. Are you willing to come into full acceptance of you? What you want is to let go of self-judgment, and to let go of self-judgment is to come into full acceptance, to come into full acceptance and to come into knowing who you are, right? And I feel like you're doing that more and more and more. You know that you're not just this body. You know that you're not just the material, the physical. You know that you are this energy that flows through. You're aware of that. And so the mind is kind of catching up. And so it's really being in practice of tuning into the essence, asking yourself the question, who am I? And the willingness to accept all that you see. And this will start to allow for some stories, some creativity, some like creative stories that you have. I feel like you have a whole bunch of them, because I can see 8 years old. I can see 7. I can see 6. I can see you had a lot of stories. And we all do. And in these stories, they're judgments. And so these can start to fall away as you come into awareness. You can start to see your patterns. You can start to notice where you're about to judge yourself, and then you'll stop. And so it's working in wholeness with you, staying back into, okay, who am I? I feel the essence. I'm anchored into the essence. What other energy do I want to flow through me? Which almost feels like acceptance or ease or simplicity, value, love. And as you do, the mind will start to notice, oh, I notice this pattern. I'm aware of it. I can stop it. Right. And so in doing that, you'll start to receive feedback from the material, from others around you that show you the value of who you are, right? As you start to land into the essence of you, knowing that you are more than just this material, the material will respond as a blessing for you to offer you feedback of like, oh, here's an experience with a man or a boss or this. Are you feeling your value here? It's just feedback. And so the world will start to play with you to offer that for you, where you get to just decide and anchor into, oh, I'm in full acceptance of me. So I love that. Feels like everyone is on a journey. All right. Jenny. I love a card leading into the weekend, really leaning into what I want, seeing clear with ease. Excuse me. Okay. There's a bit of, I'm going to invite you to take a breath, because I can feel my mind going all over. And so just take a breath and come into center. It feels like the mind is working with you. It almost feels like a spin cycle. You know, a spin cycle in the wash where it's getting rid of all of the excess water. It feels like the mind is working with you to spin cycle out all of the things that just don't serve you anymore so that you can better anchor into what you want. I feel like you've been playing with what do I want over the last while, but particularly the last 3 weeks, especially. And so, yeah, what would it be like to connect with me? What would it be like to connect with my spirit? What would it be like to nurture my spirit more than I nurture my body, more than I nurture others, more than I nurture the world? What would it be like just to nurture me, to connect with me, to deeply be in concert with the essence that flows through me and allow that to lead me into, it's almost like to direct me. And so the energy that I'm feeling as you move into the weekend is to be in full acceptance of life, right? And so it's almost like you come down the stairs and you go into your kitchen and you see your kids are like trying to make you dinner, and it's a freaking big mess because there's spaghetti sauce all over the place. There's like spaghetti on the floor, there's stuff on the ceiling, and you're looking at this chaos. And you just come in full acceptance and in full receiving. I receive love from my children. I receive their attention. I receive their the value they're expressing to me. I receive all of these things. I'm in full acceptance of life. And then you go and you're about to go somewhere and you have these plans for the afternoon. You're going to go engage with people, and you get out there and it's pouring rain and it's like it's gross, or not pouring rain. It's like there's a snowstorm, and so you can't do the things. And so you look outside and you're just in full acceptance of what is, full acceptance of you, full acceptance of what is. And you allow the inspiration to come through of, okay, I can't go and be in connection with my friends. What's actually being inspired through me? And you go and you do the thing. It might be that you go dance in the rain. It might be that you go for a walk in the snowstorm, like whatever those things are. And so in full communion with you, nurturing your spirit, allowing the spirit within you to come alive within you, will allow for you to see your life with more clarity. And 9 of clubs again. So the result is 9 of clubs. You're letting go of where you're not in acceptance of life. Like in the practice of it being in full acceptance of it, you're letting go of patterns where you're looking for something wrong, where you are where you are hyperactive in what you're going to do. It almost feels like you walk into the kitchen, you see spaghetti all over the floor, spaghetti sauce everywhere, it's on the ceiling, and your mind automatically goes into, okay, well, I got to do this. Get me the mop, get me the sponge, get me the soap, I'm going to do this. And you go and you do the things. And so in that, you're letting go of the pattern of being hyperactive, hyper engaging with life, rather than allowing life to unfold for you. So, yeah. I love that. Samantha and then Michelle. Samantha, I'd love a card, please. What's the best way to ride the waves? Ooh, I'm doing a numerology party for someone this evening. And then tomorrow I'm helping set up for a hockey fundraiser that I'm not interested in. I feel like, yep, I hear you. Okay. I feel like there was a card that came through that was allowing for you or inviting you to really be in what you want and to allow for life to, I remember the zaps. So there was a zap and you would do the things, right? And so in the letting go, I can feel like this hockey fundraiser, you already committed to doing it, even though you didn't want to. So right. So part of the reason why the waves feel so whooshy is because they feel so whooshy because you didn't decide. So you're helping to set up a hockey fundraiser. So I'm going to invite you to tap into the body. Yeah, helping set up for a hockey fundraiser. You're not interested in it. But can you feel where the decision is in your body? Did you actually decide it? Or did the mind just go with the flow of doing it because that's what everyone else was doing, or that was the right thing to do, or that's what good moms do, or that's what hockey moms do? Where's the decision in your body? Because to decide to be in to ride the wave, to be moving in flow with your life, is to really just pay attention to all of these things that are happening, feeling where you decided, feeling what that feels like in the body, feeling what that energy is going to be like as you engage with others, as you can engage with the material, whether that is doing the fun numerology party or doing the hockey fundraiser. It's connecting to you, connecting to the energy, being in that energy, and taking that with you as you do the things. Again, the key here is to notice your own decision. Did I decide to do that, or did I just do the things because that's what's supposed to happen? Right? And I can feel that in your heart. And so just allowing that to come in, right? And I'm just feeling it. And so as it's coming in, as you're feeling into the decision, I decide that I'm helping to set up. I decide I'm going to help set up this hockey thing, and it's going to be fun. It's going to feel good. It's going to be amazing to connect. I might even get new clients from it. It's going to be engaging. I'm going to get to show up. I'm going to get to be in community. I'm going to connect with my kids. I'm going to get to play with others. I'm going to get to be me. I'm going to be wholly me. I'm going to just be in this space. And so it feels really good to go to this fundraiser, to be with other people. I actually feel like I might even like it. I might even make new friends. Who knows? There is something that is opening up for me in this opportunity to be at this fundraiser with these people. And so I'm going to go play. I'm going to go be with me. I'm going to go do the things. And so as you connect with you, your result is 3 of clubs. And so in the 3 of clubs, you're going to start to see other ways of expressing yourself, other ways of being with others, other places where you might have been hiding yourself. I kind of feel like hiding your magic, hiding the skills that you have. I feel like this is an invitation for you to be all of you as you go. Remember, like, it's showing me one of your TikToks or one of your Instagrams, like a month ago, where you were like dancing in it, like being all of you as you are there and dancing and being with people, and look at me and doing the things with others so that people see all of you. No more hiding, right? Because it almost feels like some of the things that you were doing was allowing for you to hide. So pulling back from that, right? What do I want? How do I want to engage with life? Michelle, good morning. I'd love a card around creating a new space for gatherings. Ooh, that is exciting. I can see it. It's interesting. The way that I see it is like you're almost, it feels like it's in a retreat. I don't know, but it almost feels like I can see this beautiful stone fireplace that's here, and I could see women that are gathered in circle. And though there's a fire back here, there's a fire in the center, and not a real fire, but this fire of transmutation, this energy that is moving through the group, between the group, and you're like pulling cards, and you're engaging, and you're sharing your magic, and you're doing the things. Feels good. I feel like I can see your guides. There's 2 guides that are behind you that are supporting you in this energy of creating this space. And yeah. Is this a retreat? I'm curious, is this a retreat, or is this actually a space that you're wanting to have, like, as in you want your own retreat center, your own space that you're renting out? Or is it even a space that you have, like a circle that you have in your home? But this certainly looks like a home. Like, it certainly looks homey. Could be a retreat center. Yeah. So the 2 spades is like, so as I'm seeing you and you're leading this group, you've got these 2 beings that are here that are supporting you. And so there's this invitation to tap into one, higher self, and to these 2 beings. These 2 beings are here as with you as a trinity that will allow for you to feel into what your next is. They're actually supporting you in creating this circle, creating this group of people that feels quite diverse, whether they're going to have different tools, different learnings, different experiences. They They almost feel like some are very magical, like they have these, they're really landed into their own tools and their own gifts and their own magic, and others are just beginning the journey. And so it almost feels like the two here are helping to support the coming together with those that are just beginning the journey, and you're here to show them, hey, we got numerology that can bring you back to you. We've got Q that can help you with this. I've got the brain game. I've got this. And so this beautiful connection with these people are going to help to create a flow into your own business, which will also create flow out into their business. And so there's this beautiful opportunity here as you create this space. So tapping into your connection to high self, then connection to the beings, that will help to, they're in service to what you're wanting, right? So they're in service to what it is that you're desiring. And at the same time, they're in service to it because they want it. They want to experience it through you and through the others that are coming into this space with you. I'm not sure whether or not these three, I see it's three people that are here in circle. I'm not sure if these three are supporting you in this work or if you're just calling them in. It almost feels like because they have these gifts, they are beautiful complements to what it is that you're wanting to create, whether that's body work or other things. But in that, it feels like later on down the road, you'll be coming, you may, things always change, you may be coming together to work together in harmony to create other experiences. Like I see Mount Shasta and I see like other different retreat spaces because I see the landscape changes. And so maybe going, if this one person that does the body work lives, I don't know, you're in California, in Canada, then you're going to take a retreat to Canada. She'll help to bring in people. All of you will work together and do the things. And so this retreat center or this retreat space, this gathering space looks like it moves from place to place. And in the moving of its place to place, it could be gathering others from all of these different places all around the world and funneling into your business and into theirs. But yes, so that's what I see. And begin here first. Connect with high self, connect high self with the beings, to them. It feels, one feels feminine, one feels masculine. So there's this coming together in harmony. 6, you're 6, right? Coming together in harmony. Of course, you're the 2 of diamonds. So you're on this journey. Oh my God, I'm getting so excited. And I'm over time. You're on this journey of coming into this harmony with divine masculine, divine feminine, and it's going to move through you, which is now going to help the others in your community to come into harmony with their own divine masculine, divine feminine. And re-identifying relationship. What does it mean to be in relationship? So the result is Jack of Spades, which is you're being initiated into this new journey as you continue to build and create this new space in connection with these beings. And so that is absolutely exciting. I love that. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. That was amazing. We are over time. I love connecting with all of you. I feel like I'm going to be doing this Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That feels really good rather than Tuesday, Thursday, or whatever days I was doing it. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, so that I can connect more with all of you. And yeah, let me know how that resonated for you. Share with that in the comments. And if you're curious about your own numerology, if you want to tap into some channeling, if you want to play with the body, I invite you to connect with me. And thank you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your curiosity and your polarity. You are integral to this space, whether live or on replay. So much love. Have an amazing weekend. And I will see you in the spaces. Bye for now.